Hello there. It is unclear to me what Republicans hope to accomplish by releasing the Epstein files, because to me, it's been obvious all along that um, Trump was involved with Epstein on a very personal and friendly level. So I don't know what more evidence they need. I mean, just apply some common sense here. There are pictures with Epstein and Trump, and you can just tell that they're just very buddy buddy in those photos. I mean, it's not like someone just took like a fan photo or something like that. There's clearly a relationship there. And if anyone knew Epstein well, um, I don't see how you can know someone like that and not be suspicious of that person, because how are you just flying to an island on the Caribbean with a bunch of teenage girls and the Queen of England's son is there? Like, how does that make sense? I mean, when you ask questions, when you ask, who are these girls? Why is Prince Andrew there? How are all these girls getting out of the country? I mean, wouldn't there just be a million questions, or wouldn't you just look at this person and be like, that's weird, and just cut ties because you know that they're weird? Or, I don't know, contact the FBI or something if someone is that weird. But yeah, I do not know what they think that they're going to accomplish by releasing the Epstein files that anyone with any sense shouldn't already have figured out. I mean, in the court of law, yes, absolutely. There needs to be proof. There needs to be proof beyond a reasonable doubt. But when it just comes to common sense, you don't. You don't. You're entitled to your opinions. You're entitled to look at someone and just be like, nah, something ain't right, and move on. And move on. It's called discernment. So, anyway, there is that. And now I'm going to talk about Generation X. Generation X needs to either just get off the internet altogether, or they need to perk up a little bit, because there are way too many woe is me Gen X videos on YouTube, and they act like they're like 80 years old. I mean, I understand that, you know, we're not 20 or 30 anymore, or really even 40, because those are the millennials now. But gosh, you're not, 95 either. So perk up, and get off YouTube, playing your violin. I don't understand what's wrong with them. And I also think that Gen X has been a problem in many ways for a long time, but I also feel like they are a problem with young people, because I feel like young people listen to Gen X and just adopt some of their lament, and it's ridiculous because they're too young for that. And that's why I don't really agree with a lot of people giving advice on the internet or taking advice from the internet, just because a lot of this advice that's given is not given from a point of success and happiness, and a sense of, wow, this really blessed me, let me show you let me tell you about this blessing so you can be blessed in the same way. Most of this advice comes from a place of bitterness and regret and failure. So yeah, that's why or just completely made up. So that's why I do not think that people should take a lot of advice from the internet. And Gen X just needs to get it together. Just get it together. I mean, you'll probably be alive on average, like maybe another 20 years, give or take some years. Who knows? I mean, make the best of those years, make the best of that time. If you have regrets, address those regrets while you can. And this is some advice that I will give. I will say, get right with the Lord, study the Bible, develop a prayer life. because there are no regrets there. I've never even heard anyone say that they regret that. Um, yeah, and I've never heard anyone say that they regret being obedient to God's word either. So, yeah, there is that. Again, age. People are very, very weird about age. I'm going to talk about this video with Jennifer Love Hewitt. Jennifer Love Hewitt was at a movie premiere the other day. She made a red carpet appearance. I guess they're rebooting I Know What You Did Last Summer, which I remember going to the theaters and watching that, back in the day. But anyway, I guess it's getting rebooted, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was there. I think that she looks good. She looks normal. She's 45. She's a mom. She's a married lady. And I think she looks good. I mean, she looks how a 40-year-old or 45-year-old mom is supposed to look. But there's a lot of people just making a lot of ridiculous remarks about her age, and just there's just a lot of commentary about how she looks, and I just don't understand the expectations here. I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt, she was a child actress, so I mean, we have just really seen the arc of her life, and I just wonder, like, what are the expectations of people? Like, people really need to just grow up and become grounded and just become more realistic. And I really feel like this just shows how unrealistic people are and how detached from reality a lot of people actually are. So anyway, Jennifer Love Hewitt, she looks great. She has the same personality, very kind of perky and outgoing and giggly, and she looks good. And if they ever reboot American Pie, I think she would make a really good Stifler's mom. So there is that. And Mary J. Blige is another one. I saw a video on social media today, and it was a little brief video from a Mary J. Blige concert, and she was, doing that dance that she does, that, I, if you're a Mary J. Blige fan, you know what I'm talking about. And it looks like it may not have been her best work. I don't know where they are, like where the concert was. Who knows? It may have been outside. It may have been extremely hot, but she did seem, kind of like tired. But again, I mean, she's a lady in her 50s. She's worked very, very hard in her life. I mean, give her a break. However, I do feel like Mary J. Blige, at this stage in her career, just have backup dancers and just be still. Just be still. Why not? She did have, at least in the video I saw, there was one backup dancer, a young person. Let the kids do it. Let the kids do the dancing. But I'm not here to rag on Mary J. Blige. Again, I just feel like, people are detached from reality, and, people need to give people a break. And I will say, I've been to kind of a lot of concerts in my life. I've seen Mary J. Blige in concert. She's honestly one of my favorites ever, because it's pure charisma. Pure charisma. She does not come with a lot of, like, backup dancers, pyrotechnics, levitating stages and stuff like that. She just goes out there and she sings. I mean, there's a few lights. She dances a little bit, sings. I saw her here in Kansas City some years ago at what is now the T-Mobile Center. Then it was the Sprint Center. So gosh, I think it may have been like 8 years ago. Her opening act was Kim, and it was a great show. And Mary J. Blige, she really has a huge personality, and she's very charismatic. This is how I would describe Mary J. Blige. If Mary J. Blige was a salesman, let's say on a car lot, she would probably be the number one salesperson on the lot, because she just has a lot of charisma, personality. She's likable. She connects real well with people, and yeah, it was great. It was great. So I will not tolerate any Mary J. Blige slander. So yeah, just give people a break. I missed the middle of July, that concert. It might have been outdoors or something. But I do feel like Mary J. Blige, A woman of her accomplishment, her level of accomplishment, and at this stage of her career and her life, she should just hire backup dancers. Let the kids do it, and then she just stand there and sing and direct and supervise. So, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So, have a wonderful day. Bye.